Yo, welcome to Hard Pass. I am your host, Jacques Slade, and today on the show, we've got the latest sneaker shock drop to disappoint everybody, Adidas somehow finding a way to ruin their golden tickets, the week's hottest releases, and of course, Hard Pass. All right, let's just start the show with some hot takes. You know how we do. Congratulations to Joel Embiid on winning his first NBA MVP. It was cool to see his reaction when they officially announced it because as funny as it was when Nikola Jokic only kinda sorta cared when they delivered the trophy to his horse stable in Serbia last year, Embiid actually getting emotional and caring about the award was great. Now, come back and play so y'all can beat the Celtics, signed a fan of the 17-time world champion Los Angeles Lakers, who really wants to get to number 18 this season and loves watching Boston lose. That's just the facts. The Across the Spider-Verse ones dropped on Sneakers app this past week via a shock drop. I saw the notification 10 minutes after the announcement, so I knew going in that it was going to be a hopeless cause, but hopefully those who wanted a pair of the next chapter, which I guess is the official nickname of the sneaker, were able to get it with little hassle. But if you're still on the narcotic, even though you claimed you were out of the game, what are we doing? Let the kids who love Miles win, man. You don't need another pair of Chicago ones. You probably already have a pair of reimagined ones from the original release or the restock. You might even have the origin story ones from the first Spider-Verse movie, or you rubbed off the purple and gold from the LA to Chicago SBs to turn them into Chicago ones. As a Laker fan, I should be offended by that, but I get it. Let the kids flourish, man. Dylan Brooks will not be returning to the Memphis Grizzlies under any circumstances, according to Shams. I'm sorry. Sorry. Let me. Sorry. Something stupid games, something stupid prizes. Look, I'm sure he'll find some team to sign him next season. Maybe. It wouldn't even surprise me if the Lakers signed him. Remember Lance Stevenson played with LeBron? Matt Barnes teamed with Kobe and Rodman was on the Bulls? Of course, the difference between those guys and old DB is that those guys never ducked the smoke and they were actually funny. Brooksy hasn't flopped this bad since college, and it was so bad that he might just back all the way up to the Philippines. Just don't play for NLEX or Rain or Shine, Brooksy. We got twin reasons for you to kind of stay away from those teams. Another Gary Payton Air Jordan 12 player exclusive from his lone season with my 17-time world champion Los Angeles Lakers could be coming later this summer. This time we could be getting the field purple colorway that the glove wore during road games to go along with the black and university gold pair that dropped a few years ago. Hey man, it doesn't sound like much, but with every former Jordan PE and Lakers colors that drops, it's just one step closer to the big prize, the Jordan 3s and 8s that were worn by the late Kobe Bryant. If it took this show a few years of convincing Nike and Jordan Brand to finally give us the Wizards 3s, we'll keep going for the Kobes, and we won't stop. Nike SB apparently has had it with all of the leaks on their sneakers after they commented on someone who acquired an upcoming collab with Crenshaw Skate Club. This led to a lot of discourse, much of which was clown as usual, but there were some valid criticisms on both sides. We'll cover this more in next week's episode because this might be a story that is far from over. Adele is the unofficial secret weapon of New Balance after she was seen wearing the 2002 R and Clutch Athletics gear courtside for Game 6 of Lakers and Grizzlies. Clutch Athletics is, of course, the New Balance sub-brand being headed up by Clutch sports boss Rich Paul, who happens to be in a relationship with Adele. According to the New York Times, typical Adele fans are college-educated women ages 25 to 44, thinks Family Guy is funny, and shops at Target. And wow, that's very specific and kind of creepy, but whatever, I guess. That demographic already wears Panda dunks, so Clutch Athletics being their next thing wouldn't really be a stretch. Mark Wahlberg can play 18 holes in an hour with his cardio golf. Pfft, big deal. I can do 18 holes of speed golf in Mario Golf for the Switch in 30 minutes. What you got, Marky Mark? Anyway, Kevin Durant has signed a lifetime deal with Nike, and he's the next celebrity to pop up in Call of Duty multiplayer. Wait, since he's 6 feet 11 and 3/4 inches tall, is his hitbox kind of messed up? Kind of disappointed he's not wearing his KD 16s for the game though. All in all, not a bad few days for Easy Money Sniper, who will actually finally be able to live up to that handle. Now, let's just ignore that his Phoenix Suns are not looking great as of this recording, which we should have expected when they traded away damn near everybody who wasn't Devin Booker to get him. And speaking of Nike, they have already found a way to capitalize off Giannis Antetokounmpo's heartfelt answer to losing in the first round. Like, you can already see the marketing campaign coming, right? Kids all around the world failing and losing at their respective sports while Giannis's words echo in the background. And then the dramatic music hits and the kids get back up, realizing that that temporary loss is just a part of the process and that all of that pain and suffering eventually leads to victory. And then we cut back to Giannis winning the championship. It's a little cynical in this jaded world, but let me just say this. You are never, ever going to get Giannis to say losing in the first round of an NBA playoff series is a failure. Not when you know what he's been through in real life and the hardships he's had to endure to get to the position where he's at. It might look corny in the eventual Nike commercial, but know that when Giannis says it, he means it. And I respect that, especially since it's just a semantic argument where either position can technically be correct. But watch LeBron, KD, or any other American-born player say that and take a wild guess what Skip Bayless or any of the other TV clowns would say. And before we move on to the heat check, let's talk about Adidas bringing back their golden ticket as a part of their Members Week promotion. Just like before, golden ticket holders can redeem them for a guaranteed win on the Adidas Confirmed app. In the past, golden tickets had been good for 1 week to 1 month of immediate access to all drops on Confirmed without having to worry about bots or people who can't get off the narcotic. This time, the golden ticket is good for 1 whole year and it'll only be good for 1 release. Oh, and the ticket is an NFT and you'll need an Ethereum wallet to hold the ticket in. On one hand, having the power to call your shot for 1 whole year is not a bad deal. It's like reminding your wife of the agreement you had with her that if the marriage got to 10 years, you could, On the other hand, the golden ticket is an NFT now. That's like getting the okay from your fiance to have fun with the future in-laws at a bachelor party in Prague, and you meet a girl who's down for whatever, and when you actually do whatever, it's, yeah, you know what? I can't. I just can't. Why'd you screw up a good thing, Adidas? We were so close. All right. This is the Heat Check, where we bring you everything that's dropping this week. We have the Nike Jaw 1 GS in Sundial on the 8th for $90, the Nike LeBron 20 GS Summer Vibes for $160, the Nike SB Dunk Low in Desert Ochre and Midnight Navy on the 9th for $110, the Nike Air Force 107 Gold Mountain for $150, the Nike Dunk High Gold Mountain for $135, the Nike LeBron 20 Florida A&M Pack for $200, the Bodega and Crocs All-Terrain Clog Nick Tech, that's going to be on May 10th, the Women's Air Jordan 11 Yellow Snakeskin is on the 11th for $190, the Jordan Tatum 1 Barbershop is on the 12th for $120, the New Balance 550 Nimbus Cloud, that's for $130, the Reebok Shack Attack Floridians, that's for $180, the Puma MB02 Garang, aka Catch Fire, those are $130, the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 Mystic Navy Worn Blue, those are $160, and then the Air Jordan 4 Thunder is on the 13th for $210. Our co-pick of the week is the Nike Air Zoom Generation Wolf Gray, and that's on the 10th for $190. I'll be honest, I didn't even know this was a thing until we started prepping for this segment. No early image, no leak, no random pic of LeBron James wearing them in a tunnel walk. It's a new colorway of one of LeBron's best signature shoes, and it's going for the shades of gray look, which is always welcome. I mean, if you slapped New Balance logos on these and announced a collab with Kith or Bodega, these would be on every top 10 sneaker list later this year. But then our actual pick of the week is the Nike Airship Every Game, which is diffused blue and mystic red. These are on the 10th for $150. After weeks of speculation, we finally have some more concrete details with this new drop of the Nike Airship. And let's start with what it's not. It is not a collaboration with Jordan Brand athlete Nigel Sylvester. The Bike Air exclusive that you saw Nigel delivering friends and family pairs to, those are just that, exclusives made for cool kids on Nigel's list. It is also not a reference to Michael Jordan playing every game in college and in the pros, which is what some outlets were reporting the embroidered every game meant. What is now confirmed is that these sneakers are a nod to a Michael Jordan superstition. No, it's not the one where he makes up grievances in his head in order to rile himself up to destroy the competition. It's the one where he wears his North Carolina shorts underneath his Chicago Bulls uniform when he played in the NBA. Every Jordan superfan knows this story, and it's even immortalized in the original Space Jam. So really, if you wanted to call this the Nike Airship Space Jam pack, you wouldn't be totally wrong. I mean, you might be trying a little too hard, but then again, Michael Jordan also tried a little too hard to get himself hyped up to lay the smackdown on Clyde Drexler or Dan Marley. Rey Mysterio popped up at a Padres game in Mexico City wearing the Travis Scott fragment designed Air Jordan 1 high. Thank goodness it wasn't the low. If you watched last week's show, you know what I mean by that. But now that I think about it, if his son Dominic ends up rocking those in a future show, he might cement his spot as the best heel in the business today. And keeping it in the Travis Fragment 1 news, because of course those are going to make headlines this week after I complained about them, PJ Tucker rocked a Nike Zoom GT Cut colorway that's inspired by the same shoes. It even has the reverse swoosh. Probably could have helped if he scored more than, 0 points and didn't accidentally poke the bear, aka Jason Tatum, but we'll take it, I guess. It does make me wonder why the Zoom Freak 4 doesn't just do the same thing, since the reverse swoosh is already there though. Like, why not? Nike sneakers GM Lucy Rouse, who sadly might have the most thankless job in all of sneakers at the moment, says that the app gets around 12 billion hits from bots every month and that they are able to take out 98% of them. Sadly, that still leaves us with 240 million bots that still get through, which, if we're being honest, is not good enough. It's probably impossible to get 100% of the bots, just like it's impossible to get 100% of the opportunistic resellers who lie and cheat and steal their way to get pairs through the back door. But think if Nike just showed that they were trying, pre-order window, just putting it out there, beyond just saying, I'm a fix sneakers, it would go a long way in regaining consumer confidence. Then again, if we're all just trying to catch a lick on sneakers when Jordan's shock drops, maybe Nike isn't properly incentivizing us to try just yet. We'll talk about that more next week. If noted lover of overly dramatic slow motion and horribly bland color palettes Zack Snyder had his way, there's a chance he would have revealed Wonder Woman was actually Kryptonian in the Snyderverse. And this is how you know Zack Snyder never gave a shit about the DC lore and just wanted to do whatever the hell he wanted with his toys before Warner Brothers took them away. And as dumb as an idea as that would have been, I wouldn't be mad at the DCEU that had Wonder Woman being an honorary god of war like Kratos after she murked Ares, who thought Superman was kinda overrated and Batman was too moody. As long as all roads lead to everybody coming to the conclusion that Superman is a whiny Boy Scout who's only interesting when he's a bad guy, like in the Injustice video games and that teaser at the end of the 10-hour Justice League cut, I'll tolerate the Snyderverse. Before we move on to the hard pass though, I just want to show some love to the Gran Turismo movie. Yes, they are making a Gran Turismo movie, and it's based on a true story of a gamer who was so good at the iconic racing franchise that he actually became a professional driver by winning a contest. And based on the trailer, they're playing it straight. No fourth wall breaking, hey look how silly this is jokes. It's got Hopper from Stranger Things, Jimon Hansu, Ginger Spice, and that one guy from Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a real movie with some budget in it, man. They even slowed down Puffy's Hate Me Now, so you know it's serious. I can't wait for this, honestly. The premise is so bonkers, but if they nail it, this might be the biggest video game movie since, well, I guess the Super Mario Brothers movie that just came out a few weeks ago, and that's made like billions of dollars already, which actually it won't be Mario big, but maybe Sonic big. And please, please, Sony, give us Dogs Turismo 3, a real Snoop Dogg track from Gran Turismo 3. I don't like saying it because it's hokey, but it's for the culture, Sony. It's for the culture. All right, it's time for this week's Hard Pass. We'll take a look at something in the culture that just needs to go. Like all this talk about Steph Curry entering the GOAT discussion. I mean, what are we doing here, people? After scoring 50 points against the Sacramento Kings in Game 7 in the first round of the playoffs, the hot take cycle began as Curry and the Warriors moved on to face the 17-time world champion Los Angeles Lakers, a team that happens to employ one of Curry's biggest rivals, another GOAT candidate, LeBron James. Okay, before we move on and discuss Steph, let's get one thing straight here. In my opinion, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. There's no qualifiers. There's no discussion when it comes to me, Jacques Slade. MJ is my choice for the GOAT. Just wanted to put that out there, even though I've repeated it for like the 1,000th time on this show. I know some people like to rag on the Beehive or Swifties or Snyderverse cut dorks as having the most toxic fandom, but man, Jordan stans, they're up there too. If you even so much as compliment LeBron for having a good game, they jump in your mentions like you kicked their dog or stepped on their Chicago ones. According to them, we are no longer allowed to enjoy basketball after June 1998 when Jordan took his last shot. We should just watch Jordan highlights, talk about how good those 73-65 Knicks Heat slugfest were, and constantly remind this generation that their highly skilled, highly entertaining brand of basketball sucks. So, if Steph does win ring number 5, does he creep into the top 5? Like, you can put them in any order you want, but the general consensus among the basketball Illuminati is that the top 5 is some combination of MJ, LeBron, Kareem, Russell, and then it's Magic or Bird or Kobe for the 5th spot. With 5 rings, does Steph enter that Magic, Bird, and Kobe range, or does he leapfrog over them? I think the recency bias and the younger generation will push Curry to the top because they're so sick and tired of Jordan stans who yell at all of the cloud servers. Again, Jordan fans, I'm on your side. I just don't care enough to join y'all and argue with strangers on the internet about something so nebulous and unprovable as a GOAT ranking. If these kids want to play Steph on their Mount Rushmore, I say let them. Steph has done plenty for both himself and the Warriors and to the game of basketball that he should get some consideration. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Or at least you should know what I'm thinking if you've been watching the show for any amount of time. Jacques, was all of this praise you are heaping on Steph some sort of Machiavellian reverse psychology plot and that you're really rooting for LeBron and the 17-time world champion Los Angeles Lakers? Well, you're damn right it was. Go Lakers. We're recording this a little early and it's 1-0 Lakers. This could still either go well or fail in a miserable ball of fire. And if the latter happens, oops. Just don't sign the old DB next season, please. He's not even Raja Bell good. Dude went for Kobe's neck and didn't back down. That's how you do it, Brooksy. You poke the bear, pathetic as it was, and you own it. All right, that's going to do it for the show today. Thank you guys for watching Hard Pass. I am Jacques Slade. I'll see you next week. If you'd like to possibly be featured in a future episode, call us at 818-493-9325. Leave a short message or socials if you want, no more than 30 seconds. All right, I'll see you next week. Peace.